Hey everyone. There's been much discussion about using a Switchglo Pro to activate your glow plug at low throttle. Some examples of this are some airplanes that have glow engines that are mounted inverted, and at a low idle they have trouble actually staying in the idle. So to combat this, if we ignite the glow plug with a Switchglo Pro while we are at low throttle, this will keep the engine idling nicely. So I'm going to explain to you how to do that right now. Okay, so what we have is this demonstration is going to be with a DX7. It's going to be with a Spectrum AR7000 receiver, a Switchglo Pro. Alright, so powering up the transmitter, the DX7, and powering up the receiver. Temporarily, I'm just going to remove the ground off that glow igniter since everything's default right now. And we'll explain what to do here. Okay, so on the Switchglo Pro, dip 3, the position is set to the plus or the down position. So actually all my dip switches are set to the down position, but most importantly, dip switch number 3 is set to the down position, which is the plus. As you can see here, I have DX7. Let's go into the programming, and let's go to the reverse selection, normal reverse selection for our servos. And right now I'm plugged in to aux 2 on the receiver, so I'm going to switch that up to there. Okay, so by reversing the channel on aux 2, you can see now that my aux 2 is in the up position. If I flick it down, you can hear that it actually ignites the glow plug. So let's move now to set up a program mix, and we'll start with number 6. That's fine. There's on a DX7 there's 6 of them. We'll just start with 6. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go throttle to aux 2, so that when we are in the down position like this or somewhere in here, we're going to determine when that switch glow actually activates. So that's going to be throttle to aux 2. There we go. The on position, and on this rate selection we're gonna just bump that all the way up. I think the max is 125, so we're gonna set that to 125, and the offset is actually going to control where the throttle is when it activates. So right now, watch, I'm at half throttle here, and well, here we'll show you two things. Aux 2, I can activate the switch glow if I want to manually, or since I'm at half throttle now, if I bring this down, you can see that it's trying to activate it at that point. And what we're going to show you here is the offset will control where that actually activates. So watch that if I go all the way down right now, it beeps. But if we increase this here, it actually makes it come on solid, and that's just because it wasn't activated enough when it was all the way in the down position. So there we go, and right there it's off. Now watch this. If we increase this offset, we can bump this up a little bit higher here, and I'm going to increase this offset, and you're going to watch the switch glow go on. There you go. So now if I go up a little higher there, just below half throttle, it's deactivated, but if I come down here, now it's activated. You can see I got a lot there. So say we're just coming in, inverted, low pass, something like that, and we're just kind of low throttle, we can activate it. That is adjustable via your offset. So we can keep increasing that up, and it will come on sooner as we come down. So there you go. So now you have that whole area there. Okay. Okay, now the most annoying part though is if we're in this down position, it is going to activate all the time. So what I'm going to do is set up this gear switch, and you can do this with any spare channel that you want or any spare switch. But what I'm going to do is make it so that when it's down, that this doesn't do anything. It actually deactivates it at that point. So so again, we have control here. There we go, and then we have control here. Okay, makes sense. So let's set up this gear switch now, and to do that, we're going to do an additional program mix. So let's just go all the way to number 1. Any one of them will do. And we are going to set gear is the switch I want to use. So there's gear, and the channel I want to control is aux2. And so now if we flip the gear switch, you can see these different values here. So when the switch is in the up position, we're in that top setting there for rate. When it's in the bottom, we're down there. Okay, so up position, I'm going to just crank that up to 100. Okay, now, if you see here, look at this. I'm all the way down, and nothing's happening on my glow igniter. If I switch this down here, there we go. Now she's active. Okay, and here, makes sense. But if we're up, you can still control it there and there, but it disables this, which is nice. So if the model's just sitting here warming up or whatnot, we don't have to be running the glow all the time, or if there's any reason you want to disable it. Okay, so the example is we are ready to fly, and you can see my throttle's all the way down, so we're just idling away, and we go and we take off, and we're flying around at half throttle, and we want to activate our Switchglo so that as we come in for a slow pass or something, it will continue to idle for us, and as we start to go down here, you see that it activates the Switchglo Pro. So there you have it. Programming is fairly simple. So recap again, from a blank model, I reversed the channel on aux2. I set up program mix 6 to reflect my settings to activate on a throttle curve. So as we go down, it activates. Okay, so that was in program 6, and remember the offset is to control what area it activates at that you want. And then since I got tired of listening to it, we set up another program mix, and it was program mix number 1, and that was using our gear switch. And as you can see, it's gear to aux2, and there's the rate was set to 100. And there you go. So again, you can select any switches you want. You can select any channel, spare channel that you have that you want, and you can kind of modify it and tweak it to you want. The same thing applies for a 9303 or a 9503 as well as an 11X and probably a 12X. They're all the same concept. So there you have it. Hope this helped you out.